I lowered my eyes and realized I still held the sponge. And I realized something else, something strange and scary. Instead of pulsing gently, the sponge throbbed in my hand. Throbbed wildly. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Vibrating, as if someone had turned a blender to high speed. The sponge practically purred with excitement. Whoa! Whoa! I sat down on the hall floor, feeling shaky. What's going on here? I wondered. Daniel thought I pushed him, and then Dad said the same thing. They both think I pushed them. Why? Ba-boom! 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 The sponge throbbed warmly in my hand. I shivered with fear. Suddenly, the sponge seemed kind of scary. I didn't want the thing anywhere near me or my family. I ran outside. I found a big metal garbage can near the garage. I lifted the lid, dropped the sponge inside, pushed the lid shut firmly. Back inside the house, Mom called me into the living room. I think Dad's ankle is only sprained, she said. Now tell me what happened.
You can't scare me. Not with the basement of botany. Maybe a sentient dummy. Calling all creeps.
Boo dudes! Welcome to Calling All Creeps, is a podcast about goosebumps. Once again, as if I even have to say it, I'm Pignut. I'm here with Winnie Pooh. Winnie, what's going on? How's your Sunday?
Oh, bother. What's up? We're keeping this going.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Who cares?
A Goosebumps podcast, which is slightly Winnie the Pooh themed.
Yeah.
And what better than a Sunday to take a stroll with your good friend Pignut and Winnie Pooh
through the Shady Acre Forest or whatever, into the tree in which you live. Where does Pignut live? In a dirt house? In a hole?
I don't really know.
I guess a pen would be appropriate. But I don't know. He just seems always to be scared in the woods.
No, I think he makes all of his money selling all that sweet, sweet Coke to Tigger.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, Pignut is constantly in withdrawal, and Tigger is constantly riding high.
Yeah. Like, Pignut is like the heroin junkie. Tigger is like the Coke guy. Mm-hmm. And Winnie Pooh is just dipping his wick in all that ecstasy.
Yeah. Rabbit is stone cold sober. Owl definitely does ayahuasca. Who else?
Christopher Robin is a little boy.
That's right. Then, of course, who could forget? There's Mr. Krabs. He has a secret formula. What else? What other characters are there?
I think that's it. You went through the whole book.
Wow. Today is the Oscars, Dave. Do you have Oscar fever?
You know what? I woke up a little warm. I had no idea it was the Oscars. Probably that.
Well, that's why. It's because Joker's going to win Best Picture.
I don't know if it's Oscar fever or the coronavirus, but regardless, I'm going to fucking die.
We'll both die. Maybe together. Hopefully soon.
I'm hoping. Here's the hoping.
Well, I guess we could talk about book number 30. Halfway through the series, basically.
In one book. Next book is half. It's 31 out of 62.
That's right. We made it. We're halfway there, as John Bon Jovi would say.
I'm living on a prayer.
Mm-hmm. Hell's
Take
bells.
my hand.
Take my Van Halen, and we'll make it to Rat. Poison is here. Bell Biv Bevo. Anyway.
So anyway, this is book number 30, called It from Beneath the Sink.
Whoa. Are you allowed to say that on this podcast?
Oh, shit. Let me try that again.
You can't say that.
It from beneath the sink.
No.
It's still not. But that's okay. One more time.
It's No Nut 2020. Okay.
It from beneath the shit.
Yep. There's no way around this.
Oh my god. Well, it's still No Nut 2020 where we use too many words having to do with and
that's right.
So we had to refrain, and we've been bleeping out. But
yeah, this book is sophisticated now in the new year.
Yeah. So this book is a fuck from beneath the sink.
What's the acronym here? ICF BTS. We can call it BTS. Isn't that like
BTS.
a K-pop band or something?
Behind
Behind the scenes.
the scenes.
Big, tall sleeves.
So this book came out in April of 1995. The song at that time is top song. This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan.
Oh my God, that's great. That is a great song to pick a phrase in everyday life and then sing it in your head to that beat, right? Like,
Can I get an example?
yes. So, for example, right now my cat is sitting on the ottoman, right?
Yeah.
So I would sing, cat is sitting near me, right? You can do it with anything. What else?
I have diarrhea.
Yes, exactly. Viral photo, Trump face, right? The tan line.
Oh yeah, that one's a big one.
That's a big boy right now.
Some current events. We're hitting all the check marks. All the boxes have been checked for this one.
Iowa disaster.
So the movie, it was Boy Month.
Boy month?
Boy Month, because 2 boys won. Top movies of April of 95 was Tommy Boy, starring the great late Chris Farley, and Bad Boys.
Which is so relevant right now because Bad Boys 3 or whatever is out.
It's good. It's back. It's here. It's so right. Feels so good.
That's right.
Current events on April 2nd, Lawrence Taylor beat Bam Bam Bigelow, also may he rest in peace, at WrestleMania 11.
R.I.P.
And then on April 19th, the Oklahoma City bombing happened.
Oh, okay.
Not a good month for Bam Bam Bigelow's or Oklahoma City.
No. Yeah, never forget.
And then I wrote all this on the couch while watching the episode, so it's
Great.
pretty brief. But the eyes of the Gruel were made into all of the merchandise for this book. So the Gruel, you guys don't know this yet. You didn't read it. We do that for you. If you look on the cover, it is a cabinet beneath a sink, and you see 2 glowing eyes.
Yes.
Those...
Go on.
Yeah. Well, those glowing eyes, I didn't realize it. You know how there was all that Goosebumps merch that would
Yes.
just have like eyes above the Goosebumps logo or like creepy eyes randomly?
Okay.
Those are the Gruel's eyes from the cover.
Ah.
I never put that together.
Yeah, the book is interesting because it sort of looks like you can really only see the eyes and what's around the eyes. And rather than the grooves or the holes in a sponge, it looks sort of reptilian. Doesn't it look like it could be like an alligator or some shit like that?
I always thought it looked gaseous.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like it was like a smelly fart with eyes. beneath your sink.
Right. Because it fades around the eyes, basically just fades to black. So there are no features beyond the eyes.
And we all know toilets for poop and pee, and beneath the sink is for your farts.
That's right. I'll say the pipes look outstanding. They look very fresh. No signs of corrosion.
He's got some, that looks like the soap, but it's like dish soap, but it's called Zippo.
That's right. Got it from Home Depot.
And there's a bucket with a rag in it, and in that is just a bunch of what looks like lightsabers.
Yeah, yes. There's a lot of like tools that look like torture devices here.
I'm cool with it.
That's fine. The flavor text says, it's warm, it's breathing, and it doesn't do dishes.
Sounds like me.
Dave, you unimaginable, lazy, non-dishes doer.
I do dishes.
Yeah,
I
you
do
do.
dishes.
Do you have a dishwasher?
No.
Oh, neither do I. It sucks so fucking bad.
Yeah, it sure does. I'm the dishwasher. Well, my girlfriend fights me to do the dishes. She's very good
That's
at it.
nice.
So all I know is that she's no gruel. So this is where we got to kind of turn on our man RLS.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
RLS, you got some splaining to do. So the title of this book, I don't think he made it up.
Whoa.
I think he stole it.
Oh, because there are other titles that have it blank from something?
So that's what he does. You can parody. So, of course, this title is a parody from the classic sci-fi movie From Beneath the Sea. That's obvious.
Okay.
But what about in 1982, which you remember, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was 27.
Yeah. And, well, I know... When I know you, I know that you're a big Happy Days fan, and especially the later days of Happy Days.
Yep.
You're like, Potsy, Fonzie, ay.
Love them all. The Cunninghams, they're all great.
So you remember the episode Telltale Tart?
That's right. I was very offended by the name.
Where Jenny suggests that they go see a movie, and she suggests that they see a movie called It Came From Beneath the Sink.
What? Really?
In 1982.
That's interesting.
But wait, it's time for me to turn on Happy Days. Hey, Richie Cunningham, maybe you're not so cunning when it comes to your turn of phrase and jokes.
Hot damn. You fucking dunked on him.
Much later, we saw it again. RLS, what are you stealing from? Are you like, no Happy Days for me? Maybe I'm watching the 1992 sitcom Dream On, which won 2 Emmys. In which there's an episode called It Came From Beneath the Sink, where the main character is chasing a rat through his apartment.
Oh my God. So this is a well-trod, well-worn turf.
And I think that RLS is trying to hide that fact.
I would say so.
And
Goodness
this is
gracious.
where we go back on RLS's side for one of our favorite things, which I think we've mentioned before, where RLS decided to do an Ask Me Anything on Twitter and said, what questions do you guys have? I'm at the airport. Right. And one man asks, did the previous owner of the killer sponge die? Is that why the kids from the family that moved in suddenly became the owners of it? To which R.L. Stine replied, I think you need to get a life.
Which is really the best possible answer.
Which is hilarious.
Also, the question is stupid because the book, if you read the book, like, yes, that's the rule, right? Like,
it's heavily implied.
Yeah, it's like the It Follows movie. Like, if you die, it's going to go to the next person. Like,
yeah.
So, logic would dictate that person's dead.
This goes out to everybody who has seen It Follows or hasn't seen It Follows. Mm-hmm. If you've seen it, you need to just crop out the scene of the old naked man standing on top of the house as they back up.
Yeah.
And show just that clip to your friends who haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Because it is it's just like a bunch of teens backing out of a house and they look up and they go, oh my God. And the music's just like, and there's just an old man with his dick out, menacingly standing on a roof staring at them.
With his vicious, angry hog.
The movie's good.
Over them.
But that scene out of context is great.
Divisive movie. I liked it. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's critically acclaimed. I think it's good. It's weird. I think they do this intentionally where it's like, what time period is this? Like a girl has like a clamshell phone and shit, but the house looks like it's from the 70s. Like, it's just very nondescript. I'm like, what's the state of technology at this point? Like, what world are we living in?
Especially because the movie is basically about STDs, which have always been around.
That's right.
It's all about hogs and keeping them dirty, keeping them right.
But keep your hogs on the roof where they belong.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, on the ceiling, you said?
On the ceiling.
On the ceiling.
What did I say? No, I said penicillin.
Oh, penicillin. Penicillin on the ceiling. You know.
It's all the same.
It's all the same to me.
This book got a reprint in 2003. Also, the actress who played Kat, the main character, whose name in real life is also Catherine, got murdered by Jason Voorhees in 2003's Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
So, she graduated from little kid horror acting to big kid horror acting.
Yeah. The difference is, like, those later movies, you just take your top off.
Yeah, but also your co-star is Kelly Rowland, so that's pretty cool. Tight. It's pretty tight.
Yeah, say my name. Oh, you done it. That's all of my powers in my name. So now I'm defeated, like a demon, like a daemon.
I think it's your turn, Matt Damon,
That's what they call me.
to give us some of that plot.
All right, baby. Well, here we are. We have Kat. Her name is Kitty Cat, apparently. That's what her dad calls her, which is creepy and shouldn't be allowed.
You know what she calls him?
Big dildo face.
Close. Daddy, which is what I named my big face-mounted dildo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you've told me that before. Yeah. My daddy category on Pornhub is always suggesting things to me.
It suggested this book.
It suggested that I read it from beneath the sink, which if you type that in, certainly there would be many results.
Will you just, what was the title again?
It from beneath the sink. So many bleeps in this episode. It's going to drive me
terrible.
fucking crazy. So new house, for some reason, in the same neighborhood. Do you know why? I didn't get why. Did they say it explicitly?
No.
Okay.
So let's go down. What reasons would you have to move to a new house in the same neighborhood?
Number one, my house is haunted.
Okay. Number two,
Yep.
let me kind of go from the other way. My house isn't haunted enough.
Okay. Yes, that's good.
It's like my kids are too comfortable. We need to live on
Right.
the edge.
Yes. Let's do this arbitrary move to an old, decrepit house, but it is also very cool, right? So, like, it has balconies and shit. Like, Kat has her own balcony now in her bedroom, which rocks. Doesn't really matter. I would say one notable thing, well, two notable things. She has a little brother, just 2 years younger, has a dog named Killer. R.L. Stine, I think we've said this before, only knows that Cocker Spaniels exist.
Yep.
So, don't
He's a
tell
cocker.
him that other dogs exist. He can't retain the information. If you say, like, well, what about like an Alpo, that's a dog food. What about a sniffer, German sniffer? He would be like, what?
Speaking of porn searches.
Yeah. Which what is a good reaction, because that dog doesn't exist. But in every book, there's a Cocker Spaniel. So Killer, Cocker Spaniel. They go in the house just to kind of cut through a lot of the bullshit, and they find a sponge beneath the sink. The sponge, interestingly, here's the thing about the sponge. Well, one of many things we'll talk about concerning the
Is
sponge.
producer Chip strangling a Cocker Spaniel in the back?
Oh, that's the sound of our oven opening and closing.
Okay.
I'm very grateful that we're moving.
Why? Is there a sponge in your house?
There's a sponge, and I'm going to leave it here, and I'll die within 1 day.
Spoilers.
Yep. Whoops. So the sponge, interestingly, sometimes it's like a dry little rock, like a dirty ass little like contraceptive.
Okay.
Other times,
So it's very responsible of the sink.
That's right. As I said, very shiny pipes. The sponge is like warm and wet, and it seems to breathe, and it goes, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. It's like an Irish person snoring.
It says whoa, WHOA.
Yes.
So that's whoa, right? Mm-hmm. Traditionally, whoa.
I've seen Blossom, and I would say yes.
Dash HAHHHH.
Right. Whoa.
So it's like whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. It's like a Scooby-Doo yell, or you're like slipping on ice.
I'll tell you what, I like it.
I like it too.
I think it's good. I think it's a little cutie pie.
I like the sponge.
Yeah, the sponge is good.
Up front, when you meet them, they look under and they're like, ew, why did someone leave this contraceptive sponge
Right.
under the sink?
Yes.
Especially in the
Saturated
kitchen.
with...
Don't say it. Oh.
I'm just kidding. Saturated with sink water.
Sink water. Because it's good. Sometimes you got to do dishes, and it's an old home. I don't think they discussed having a dishwasher. Matt, you're moving. You getting a dishwasher?
Yeah, Dave. You bet I am.
Fuck yes.
Here's a tip I would have for anyone who is not a home buyer like yours truly.
Oh, sure.
Not even a week into it.
We've all played Animal Crossing. we know the feeling.
If you're paying, so typically, okay, it varies in different parts of the country, but you're basically going to pay over $100,000 for a house, right? I watched this HGTV show called Hometown. If you go to Mississippi, you can get a beautiful house for $150,000. It's fucked up. It's
crazy.
Anyway, shout out to Mississippi listeners. Sorry about your history.
But that river of yours, way to go, guys.
Oh my God, could there be a better river?
You know you matter when people are trying so hard to spell you. MISSIPPIPPISSSI.
So many S's and P's. Get over yourself. We get it. You suck and you piss. Yeah, if you're paying over $100,000 and you're not getting a dishwasher, you got to reevaluate.
Man, I can't wait to come over and just look at your dishwasher.
Bring your dishes. Let's do this.
You know, like when you like moved out, you don't have like laundry, and you would like bring your laundry back to your parents' house.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like bringing your dishes?
They're all clanging around in a box.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bring some dirty dishes to your house to clean.
Haphazardly thrown into a backpack. Dirty dishes.
And I'll be like, oh damn, the Tide Pod popped.
Yeah, those are coveted. People want to eat that.
Guys, sound off in the comments below if you want to see us play with Matt's dishwasher.
We'll do a video where you come over and do your dishes.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, good. Anyway, there's a sponge. They keep it in an old gerbil cage. Kat and her brother, fucking Mark. What's his name?
Daniel.
They keep it in a gerbil cage. They're pretty fascinated because it's a breathing sponge. That's fair. And when it's in the cage, interestingly, so here's the first thing that happens, right? Kat has the sponge. They're fooling around. They like to tickle each other because I can't explain that. That's not appropriate.
Hey, big brother. Mom and Dad are in here.
Yeah.
I just happened into your room. Hey, come on. We can't do that.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Pornhub searches, God, they really want people to like, they're obsessed with like stepdaughter, stepbrother, all kinds of shit like that. It's constant. Get it out of here.
There's no place for that on a classy podcast.
I don't want that. God, that complicates the whole family dynamic. Seems like a nightmare.
What happens at dinner? What happens? What do you do?
From what I've seen, you're de-essed at the dinner table.
And then it's super awkward because once you have intercourse with someone, you gotta marry them.
Yeah, that's what I've known.
And what happens? Your marriage needs to be stronger than your stepdad and mom's marriage so that they have to become brother and sister. But then when they do kissing, all of a sudden, they're going to get married.
Dave,
and
this
then
is
you're going to have to go in this
right.
vicious circle.
Yep. This is a terrible problem.
This is why the porn industry is dying.
Yeah, that's why they have no success. Like, no power, no money, no influence.
And that's why they want people to watch it because they're losing money. So they put ads on the side of every single streaming movie website which I don't use to watch.
It says, "Hey, I'm over 60. You want to fuck now?"
I put a pop-up blocker on my computer, on my Chrome.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, I just like, I don't know if it's old age or something, but I'm just so much less attractive to local singles in my area. Nobody's reaching out to me anymore.
Aw. Hey, if you're a local single, shout out to Dave. Hey,
I'm taken.
Yeah, reach out to him. Dave, I'm going to show you this. At the back of so I have an OG copy of this book, not to brag. Now there's a page in the back that says, "What gives you goosebumps?" And it has this month's winner. And the premise here is that in the 90s, you could write in to Scholastic/RL, probably some like intern, and you would tell them what gives you goosebumps, and they would goosebumpify a photo of you. So this was pre anything that could possibly do that, short of James Cameron, who did Terminator 2. But they would like photo filter your picture, and you could see, Dave, now this little girl has fangs and stuff. It's pretty cool.
This is like the original, like, this is like what we'd have to do now is take a photo of yourself, mail it to Instagram, and then in like 3 weeks you get a letter that would be like, Princess Jasmine. You're Princess Jasmine.
Yes.
You'd be
right.
like, oh, thank
exactly.
you.
Oh, cool. Show it to all your friends.
Hey, here's my story.
Yeah, right. Well, this is her story. So Kelly Syring, age 7, it says, crickets, big giant crickets, big giant noisy crickets, crickets under my pillow, bigger ones under my bed, giant crickets that eat people. I get goosebumps. And
Damn.
guess where she's from, Dave? I'm going to see if you could check that out.
Scotch Plains, New Jersey?
Scotch Plains, New Jersey.
What's her
May
name?
1995. Kelly Syring. Kelly Syring, age 7 in 1995, so roughly our age. Shout out. I know you listen. It would track that you would listen. But it makes sense. Your Goosebumps canon.
She would be the same age as me.
Right.
I'm looking her up right now. Keep doing the plot so I can find
Okay.
her.
So
Kelly Syring?
while Dave Instagram
get her on the
searches
pod.
Kelly Syring,
Wait, is it spelled like syringe? S-Y-R-I...
it is, but without the E.
So it's like S-Y-R-I-N-G?
Let me double check. But yes, I'm going to say. Syring. Kelly, if you enjoy privacy...
Sorry.
you
You
about
shouldn't have
that.
been in the back of a Goosebumps book.
That's
20
right.
Years ago.
Yeah, when you're a child. I would agree.
Yeah.
Now we're mad at her.
No, I'm going to find her.
Okay. We'll see if we can find her.
Let's get her on the pod.
If you're a police officer and you listen to this podcast, please use your car database to find Kelly Syring. Probably
Damn, I think I found her.
drives a Sebring. What did you? Does she look 30-ish?
Yeah. Could I see that photo again?
Yep. Now, as I've said, there's a before and after. So don't get confused by the fang photo. You think that's her? Wow.
What do you think? Could be.
She's brown hair here, but then I guess that's
Looks
meaningless.
like she dyed it. This is good radio.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah, do you guys
I'll keep looking.
enjoy
Do you see this right now, though?
things that
Oh,
only
I got
we
a cat
can
on my
see?
shoulder.
Aw, little dirt bike. He wants his collar back.
Um,
And there's his butthole.
it's her butthole.
Sorry.
Don't
her
misgender my cat.
Yeah.
Actually, all of her shit's been torn out, so she's probably fine.
All right. So here's the thing about back to the plot. Here's the thing about the sponge. So Kat has it, and it's unclear if she actually pushes. No, it is clear. She doesn't push her brother, but her brother like falls into the cabinet or something. He like hits his head, and her brother thinks that she pushes him. But what's notable after that, another bad thing happens when they're around the sponge, which is like her dad falls off a ladder and like hurts his ankle or something. And what she notices is that the breathing and like the chittering of the sponge seems to enhance whenever something bad happens. It seems to enjoy pain. Right? It gets a real thrill.
It gets super horny
Yeah.
for pain.
It starts pulsating and like, yeah, it basically can't, I mean, it from beneath the sink, I think goes a long way.
It sure does.
So Kat and Daniel, they don't know what it is. So they take it to school to see what her teacher, Mrs. Whatever, thinks. And Mrs. Whatever is notably very smart, but has no sense of humor. And
Hey, real quick.
yeah,
So this is just important. The
Kelly update.
Kelly update. 7th grade honor roll. Congratulations, Kelly.
Good job. Well, she's an
tracing her
avid
back up.
reader. Wait,
I'm
how did
tracing
you
her
find
back
that out?
Concepts and Thoughts, the Westfield Leader. This is from 1999. So yeah, that track she would have been in 7th grade. So she moved to Westfield. I'm still looking, so give me some time.
Yeah. So the thing about the sponge, which I keep repeating, is when it can kind of morph between dry and wet. Well, I'm going to leave that there because that's a joke that writes itself. And when she brings it, of course, right? Like, this is the thing, like when your car breaks and you bring it to the mechanic, like it doesn't do the thing you want. Like, she has the sponge and it just shrivels up and is like a dry nothing. It's just an old dirty sponge. And the teacher's like, I don't get it. Not funny. It's not doing anything. Then the teacher slams her own fingers into the desk drawer like an idiot. And
what an idiot.
Has to go to the nurse and get her hand cut off. And meanwhile, Daniel's doing his own amateur research. So he goes to like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer library and meets up with Giles. And Giles gets him a book. It's called Encyclopedia of the Weird. And in the Encyclopedia of the Weird, they find that there's a thing in there that looks much like the sponge, and it's called a gruel, GROOL, which can't be killed or given away. And if you give it away, you die within a day. It's like the Ring videotape, which was
bummer.
Yeah, huge bummer. So they're not sure. They're like, it looks like it. This is mythical. So of course we're awake, living on Earth. We're humans. This just doesn't make any sense. But they have like a beat now to kind of follow. Mm-hmm. And shit keeps going bad, right? So, like, Killer runs away, the Cocker Spaniel. Cat cuts herself with scissors randomly at school by accident. Once these things start happening, like when she cuts herself with the scissors, she notices the sponge not only, like, pulsates more, but it starts to laugh. And here's how the laugh is spelled. H-E-H. So it goes, heh, 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 heh. It's like Jabba, right? Well, that's Tim Allen.
Okay, I need to stop reading about Kelly Sirings.
Yeah.
Because
it's good that she's still out there. We'll get her.
Hey guys,
not
if
get
you want,
her. We'll get her on the podcast.
You could donate to a GoFundMe, which is a funeral and memorial. For Kelly Sirings' son.
What?
In Freeport, Texas, who drowned in a kiddie pool, which is super, super upsetting. But
I'm going to say that's not the same.
It's not, but this was years ago. Never mind, we're good. It already happened. We can't donate. I was going to post it up to be like, we should donate to this Kelly Siren.
We should. I admire that.
All right, so what did we do? There's a book?
Okay. Catch up, Dave. Go back and listen. This brings us to chapter 12, and I want to bring this up because it says, this is the part of the book, Dave, do you remember this, where Daniel farts loudly at the end of Kat's bed? It says,
what?
Chapter 12 begins with, the next morning I woke up with a jolt. Toot, toot. Daniel stood at the foot of my bed, blowing away on a party horn. Time to get up, Kat, he squealed. I reached out to grab the noisy horn away. So that I just wanted to mention that. Yeah,
I missed that.
Right, but here's the thing: another catastrophe. Kat was going to go to like Super Duper Jurassic 5 World, and that was a hip hop group, and
it was,
and she can't because now it's raining. So,
which is such a goddamn bummer.
It's huge. It's
like rain on your birthday.
It's hugely ironic, and as pedantic people like to point out, it's not irony.
That's not.
It's just bad luck. So she can't.
Fuck this shit.
She can't go to her birthday thanks to the rain. She also can't have birthday in her house because like the living room's closed for renovations or something.
They're painting. It's like, what if your dumb kid friends just knock over all the paint all over my shit?
Yeah, what if I just put a candle in your asshole and you fart it out? So then she says, you know what? I've had enough of this. Now it's ruined my birthday, which is very personal to me. I'm extremely selfish. So she takes the sponge into the backyard and she gives it a proper burial with her brother late at night. They sneak out like little scoundrels. And
Fuck that sponge.
they dig a deep old hole and they drop that bad boy in and they lay it to rest. Next morning, wake up, guess what? Grass is dead, trees are dead, begonias are dead, Dad's dead.
rose garden. Or dad himself, dad proper is dead forever.
No, he's alive, but his precious plants are all dead.
They were precious to him.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't know that because we were never told. But I bet he loved them.
Yeah.
Because they're
And
telling us
he got
about it now.
A brown lawn now, which isn't from Killer's
gross.
shit. Yeah.
Gross.
Because Killer's gone. He can't shit all over that lawn.
No one, yeah. Are you going to say Killer did it? No. He's shitting in someone else's lawn.
He's gone.
Back off.
Yeah, he's shitting in the underground in the earth. He's dead now.
He died from all of the shitting.
From the sponge.
He ate all the sponge shit.
And he
also, he knows something's up with the sponge. He growls at it.
Yeah, he's the only smart one.
Yep.
So, Kat digs it up because she's like, well, I don't want it to like poison the land. So then she like tries to smash it, and it like it's like the Lord of the Rings, which is very top of mind because I've been rewatching them again and again. And
So how many times have you watched through that so far?
4 and maybe 5.
So how many days did that take?
I mean, over several weeks, over a couple weeks. But that's me. That's basically me going to work, and then in the time I'm not in work, I just like
having a
loop
Lord of the
them.
Ring in the back.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
I find them very comforting.
I find you very comforting.
Well,
you have
thank
just
you.
a calm voice, and your demeanor is very nice.
Oh, I love
Good
it when
job.
you compliment my wiener.
Good job on your Mr. Wiener. All right, I'm back.
You're back, baby.
She murders the sponge.
Yeah.
So fucking hard.
Yeah.
And it just gets splotched up into little doodads, and then it reforms.
Yep. Comes right back together. Says, should have gone for the head, which I thought was weird.
Because the whole thing's a head.
Right. Which is like, is that that's an RL original? No, I thought it was Marvel.
Ah.
Wasn't that Thanos?
That's Thanos.
Huh. Anyway.
Maybe the sponge is Thanos.
Yeah.
Did we talk about how that time there's like all the bad luck's happening because this sponge does bad luck and Carlos got blood all over his sock?
No, we didn't talk about
nail?
he stepped on a nail. That was another bad thing that happened.
Which is weird because Carlos, I noticed this in my notes because I bolded it. Carlos steps on a nail, and it's a rare occurrence of blood in a Goosebumps book.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot of blood.
Yeah, it's not a psych out because a lot of this book, like every other book, is like bullshitty ends of chapters that like, it's like my brother's scaring me. This was not that. It was like Carlos or I think it's Carlo, isn't it?
His name, Carlo or Carlos?
I think it's
it doesn't
Carlo
matter.
without an S.
It doesn't matter.
It matters to me.
Carlo, you're right.
All right. So, Carlo.
So pumped.
Carlo, he like screams at the end of the chapter, and then the beginning of the next chapter is pretty cool because it's just like, I think in one line it just says blood, period.
Blood oozed through his white sock.
Right.
It says it was filling. And do you know how they healed him?
Magic dust.
They wrapped it in an old T-shirt.
Ah, perfect. Any doctors out there?
To heal your wound.
Yeah, let us
There's
know
a cat,
if that's correct.
Like, party going on behind me. I apologize.
That's fine. Actually, this is a good point in the show where can we take a quick break? So
to get more beer?
Yes, and so I could do a number 1. I'm not going to say what it is because I'm a gentleman. A number 1, Dave.
All right, everyone at home, we're going to play short break music to just cut it.
Yep.
Or we're just going to... Why are we talking about this?
Well,
all right, I'm going to go get a beer.
Behind the curtain stuff. You guys love it. You guys love the inside baseball. Okay.
Guess who's peeing behind the curtain?
BRB. Hey, are you sleeping on a mattress that's normal and from a store? Try ordering one through the mail. Casper Mattresses has lots of mattresses. Some are soft, some are hard. Also,
Kelly Siring, get out of this.
Use our code Siring25 to get $50 off. Doesn't make sense. $50 off your first order. Guess what? Casper Mattresses still really expensive. No real advantage to ordering them. Anyway, use our code Bum, 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 bum. Welcome back to Calling All Crepes. It's your boy Pig Nut.
I can't.
And we're back in that plot. Right, so Gimli from Lord of the Rings tries to smash the ring. Can't be defeated by any mortal weapon. Needs to be brought to the Mount Doom, tossed into the fires of Orindiel or whatever the fuck. So it
there's
comes back
rules
together.
to a gruel.
That's right. There are gruel rules.
Gruel's rules with
Gruel's
Dr. Steve
rules.
Gruel.
That's right. That's right. It's just dreams.
So have we gone over the Gruel's rules? I forget.
Sort of. Yeah,
Not
it was
like all
that
the way. Yeah, like you'll die.
do
whatever.
and that it can't be destroyed.
It can't be destroyed with violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it buried, don't work. Carlo wants the sponge, and Daniel is too afraid. Yeah. He's like, "Don't take the sponge, my sister will die."
Right.
And Kat
Fair.
doesn't give a shit. Until later, at one point, the gruel is missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's not in the little gerbil cage. So they're like, "What the fuck?" Danny's like, "I know what happened. Carlo took it." And Carlo, they find him on the ground. He's like pathetic and writhing, and he like,
my name's Carlo.
my nips. He scraped his nips on the pavement, and he fell off his bike like an idiot. And the gruel is nowhere to be found. So they think like it launched into the sewer. And Kat goes into the sewer, and like it's like her feet get nibbled by rats for a little bit.
It's like monsters.
Yeah, it's very strange.
They don't really go into it, but I think we're supposed to think that this town is full of monsters.
Yeah, I thought it was going a different direction. I was like, maybe
Same.
this is like where the gruels live, right?
Or where the dog is being hidden or something.
Right. Like there's
But-
some like other monsters that are in cahoots.
There's just a lot of shit in this book that happens that you didn't need, like this.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's in the sewer, and the
This is
sewer
the best
a
example.
cool setting, and nothing comes of it.
Yeah.
Or even worse one, they talk about how they're like bohemian aunt who loves astrology,
Oh, yeah.
and the occult is coming over.
Right.
And they show her the gruel, and she's just like, "Good joke. You have a great imagination. This is just a sponge." And then they never bring her up
Yeah.
ever again, but
It's
she's
insane.
like staying at their house.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, Kat is like, "Oh, my aunt, my quirky, like, supernatural demonologist aunt is coming over. She'll know, like, what this is." And she's like, "Any ideas?" And the aunt's like, "No." Like, I just don't know. Like, what about, because in the book, there was also, like, an evolved gruel that was like a potato with teeth. And she's like, "What about locks or whatever the fuck?"
It's a lynx.
Lanks. And
It
she's
evolves into a gruel evolves into a lynx if you give it a fire stone.
like, "That's right." So she's like, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." It's such like a wasted, weird thing.
Yeah, it's
Anyway.
just stupid.
Stupid.
So then he's like, "Wait a second. The reason I was writhing like an idiot is because older boys, maybe even high schoolers,
Yeah.
decided to race me in a bike race, and that's when I hit some." It's an
Turbulence.
inconsistent story because he's like, "I skidded out on some rocks."
Right. And then at
then-
one point it says he hit a tree.
Yeah, he's like, "And I didn't even see the tree."
My God.
Idiot.
What a
Carlo.
fucking idiot. Carlo.
Fucking Carlo.
Carlo Robelli. Is that a wine or is that a guitar?
I think it's a silly belly.
A silly belly.
An Italian silly belly.
Okay.
They're like, "Oh, Carlo Rapelli."
Okay. All right. That's cool.
By the way, I've gotten 2 messages on my phone during this podcast while we're recording.
Yeah, shout out to I'm peeking on the fucking computer. I hope this is usable. Yeah, shout out to Jenna Z and to Carl, friends of the pod, who have texted a little bit while we've been recording.
Well, I was going to say Jackie Hincapi
Friend of the
guest said
pod,
that
former
she-
guest.
just caught up on our podcast and said her last episode was her favorite.
That's her favorite of all.
Yeah, interesting.
Wow.
It's that loo. It's that loo.
The loo presence. That's
The
what
good
does
loo
it.
bump. They call it the loo bump.
The loo bump is real.
Also, if you arouse him enough, you can see his loo bump growing in his pants.
That's right. I felt that loo bump when we hugged.
And the other message I got was from Domino's. And Domino's said that right now, if I order 2 pizzas, I can get each for $5.
That's a good deal, Dave.
Yeah, but it's Domino's pizza. I live in a place that's just lousy with old Italians. There's so many good pizza.
You can get a pizza.
I still use
Little Caesars.
I still use Gino's Pizza, which is the first pizza I ordered here with you. We got that nice margarita.
Yeah, that was good.
It was hella good.
You've gotten pizzas a few times, and they've been delicious every time.
Yeah, it's good. So they realize the boys took it. Basically, they go and they're like, "That's my favorite sponge," and they're like, "I don't see your name on it."
Yeah, like first of all, why do they want it? Why is it appealing at all to them?
It's just stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And they're like playing toss, like they're playing catch with it when they playing toss. I don't know why I'm from the 1920s. They're playing catch with it.
Stick hoop.
That's right. They're sticking and hoping it through the pavement streets in Brooklyn. And they're like, "Come and get it, you fucking idiot." And then they're like suddenly playing baseball.
Yeah, he's like, "Wait, I was on deck."
Yeah, like I don't know what the chronology is like here. But like this blonde kid goes to the bat and gets like hit with a baseball in the head.
And he just passes out.
Yeah, he just passes out.
And they just give her the sponge. It's basically like they're like playing keep away. And it's just like, "Fuck you, watch me hit this home run." And they just get dead.
Oh my god. But let me so I think I found it. Page 91, 90 and 91, it says, "I narrowed my eyes and gave him my meanest glare. You'd better give it back to me," I threatened, "because it's not really a sponge. It's evil. It brings bad luck to anyone who has it." "Ooh, I'm really scared," he teased. "Maybe it's bad luck for you because you're not getting it back." He waved the gruel in front of my face. Then he tossed it to his friend. "Hey, Dave, catch." He tossed the gruel to Dave. "Here," he snickered. "Catch some bad luck." Oh, okay. Sorry. This is before the bat thing. Then he gets hit. The weird thing is actually after that. It's page 92, 93. I'm sorry. It says, "Dave, the blonde boy's friend." So this is after the blonde boy's the one who gets hit with the baseball.
Yeah.
And then it says, "Dave, the blonde boy's friend, snatched the gruel before I could reach it. Go chase it," he cried. He heaved the little creature high into the sky. I made a desperate grab, but Dave was much taller than me. He caught the gruel easily. And then he just says, "Here, take it." He tossed it at me. So it's like they play keep away even after the kid gets hit in the head, and then they're like, "Take it." Like it's so strange. Like why not after the kid gets hit in the head, give it back to him because they're distracted, or it like rolls away and they're distracted, so you just take it. But they continue the charade. Anyway, sorry. It was a weird thing when I read it. I was like, why is this still happening? It's exhausting. Anyway, it's not in my bat, so I thought I'd mention it now.
It's funny so they take it home and they're like, "Fuck, I guess this is ours now. This is my problem." They ride their bikes home. Cat falls like 19 times.
Oh my god! It's speaking of exhausting.
And at one point, she's like running over the sponge with her broken bike because she's so angry at it.
The sponge like shreds her bike tire. I mean, she does it, but it's because of the sponge. And then she like keeps running it over. And her brother is like, "You're not helping." Like it thrives on conflict and when shit goes wrong. And so you're just helping it.
And it gets so horny every time someone gets hurt or conflict happens, to the point where it starts turning red and purple and pink.
Yeah. I mean, truly, it
starts woe-eyeing.
Yeah, it woes like crazy. It's like super duper. What's like the horniest sex scene you could think of from a movie?
Any scene with the girl rabbit from Space Jam.
Okay. Yes. Also Lola Rabbit from...
That's it. Lola. I almost called her Jessica Rabbit, but I knew that was wrong.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's just like so horny for chaos. It's like the Joker, Dave, a libertarian icon. So she then throws it in the sink, and she's like, well, the garbage disposal will do it. And actually it doesn't. And
hot take.
Yeah.
Still can't kill it.
Yeah.
It's reformed its molecules. This little girl's never seen T2. She doesn't understand.
Yeah. It's liquid metal.
Did T2 happen yet? It did, right?
It did. She didn't see it.
She was a little girl, though, so I imagine it wasn't really marketed to her.
It wasn't top of mind.
A rated R movie.
Right.
So it plops back up, and then she's like, we have to find a way to kill it. So they read through the Book of the Weird, which he took out of the library, and she finds the meaning between the text and decides to kill the sponge with kindness.
Love it. It's great.
She coos in its ears.
Yep. Says, I love you, little baby.
You're such a cute little... just such
You're
a cute
so
little baby. I love the way that you're porous.
If you've ever watched any JOI ASMR videos...
Japanese on Instagram videos?
JOI jerk off instruction.
Is it like step 1, take your hand, step 2, put it on your dick?
Kind of, yeah.
Really?
That's basically it. Yeah, well the best ones are just like they're just like, hey, what's going on? Do you want to jerk off?
Oh, they're videos.
Yeah,
for a second I thought in my head I had like the little guy from like the IKEA pamphlet.
Oh, sure.
He's just like, here's your dick. Now,
yeah, like Clippy from Microsoft Word. Yeah. I see
it looks
you're
like
horny.
You're trying to jerk off.
Yeah. Perhaps you'd like to pump some out of yourself.
But she coos into its ear, just saying like, "You're porous means you're full of holes." I like that.
Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
and it works. It turns to little dust.
She kisses it.
She kisses it, and it explodes.
And she blows the dust out of her hand. She blows the dust away.
It's like a dandelion wish thing.
Like a neat, like a neat Mortal Kombat fatality.
Yeah, that's great.
And she's just like, well, we killed that horny thing. Who's horny for ice cream? And Carlo and Daniel oblige.
That's right.
Give us some of that sweet, sweet cream. That icy sweet cream.
Oh, they say, we're so creamy. We love creams. And they take some of that cream. They gulp it down, baby. And then Killer's back. He's at the door. He rang the doorbell. He's a gentleman. And he comes inside. And, he sniffs something out. It's underneath the sink.
Again?
He's like, what's going on in here? Pokes his little head in. First contribution now that he's back.
Fucking up everything.
He takes out a little spud out of the fucking under the sink. It's a potato. It's got teeth. Guess what? It's a fucking Snorlax. What's it called? A Karl Marx. A Lynx.
Karl Marx. It's a Lynx. And this one, the description, I went back and read it, basically says that it's a deadlier version of the Gruul.
That's right.
With sharp teeth, and it stays with you forever.
It's fucked up. You know what I would do
in that case?
What would I do?
Because I know what I would do.
Put it in the microwave. There's a potato button. do you do that? It's basically ready. Then you put it in the oven, 425 for about 10 minutes. Butter. If you want sour cream, that's great. You just fucking eat that shit. You fucking become it. What do you do?
I would be like, oh no, my dog found this Lynx. How terrible for my dog to find this Lynx that is the dog's, owned by my dog. Oh no.
Finders keepers is truly a rule.
Like, why is it yours because your dog finds it? No, that dog has made decisions for itself that are poor.
Yeah,
poor decisions.
The dog has autonomy.
Also, I think they would do that because the dog was missing, ran away for most of the book, and they're like, the cops will find it. And I'm like, that's not how police work.
Yeah, they're just going to look for the dog.
Yeah, they're too busy bothering the 3 black people that live in your neighborhood.
That's right.
This is 1995. FTP.
Yeah. They're incarcerating people for life for small amounts of marijuana.
Yeah, it's 1995.
Yeah. So, shall
this is
we?
old cops. They haven't found the Punisher emblem yet.
I'm driving that truck with the Punisher emblem and the flag with the blue line in it.
Yeah, but it's not the normal Punisher. It's the Thomas Jane one.
That's right. Yeah, I fucked up John Travolta. Okay, so good and bad. What do we got here? I can do my good real quick.
Do it.
Page 11, sponge breaths. There's the writing. Sponge breaths are cute. Page 16, wet black eyes. Also cute. That's it. You? For good?
Chapter 3. The round sponge moved in my hand, gently and slowly, in and out in a lazy rhythm.
Oh, baby.
We've all been there.
Tired sex.
When the magic's gone.
I've done
Chapter
sex.
5. Chapter 5. So it's like, I remember this because it was like my head injury. You remember when my head split open at that metal show?
Yes.
Shout out to our buddy Torch.
Yeah.
This was exactly what happened. This wife rules, and it was like my coworkers. Because once my head split open and I was bleeding everywhere, all people did were they're like, "Quick, get Dave Jack Daniels." And they kept. I was the designated driver. My friend had to drive my car home because people were like, "Oh, Dave's hurt. He's bleeding everywhere. He needs stitches. Get him drunk." So, this is the best wife ever. Daniel, go put some ice into a towel for your father. Mom instructed. Cat, get him a cold drink. So it's basically like, get daddy a beer.
Yeah.
After dad fell. Great. I'd love that.
Great.
I would do the same for my wife.
Yeah. Well, you're a sweetie.
Chapter 5, instead of pulsing gently, the sponge throbbed in my hand. Throbbed wildly. Vibrating as if someone had turned a blender on in high speed. The sponge practically purred with excitement. Whoa, ah.
Whoa, ah, yes.
Horny. I really liked when they said lost his lunch for puking. It's a very 90s term for puking.
Yep.
I love that.
Chucking.
I love when your wiener appeared in chapter 8.
My wiener?
Yeah.
Go
in
on.
this quote, your wiener was in there because it said throbbing its little heart out, practically hopping around on the ground in excitement.
That's true. I do have an excitable wiener.
And then on page 80, slowly I lowered myself into the dark white hole. It's a good sentence.
There we go.
And then I like at the end that it said, I'd have the ultimate bad luck, death.
Yep. Some might
If you
say.
think about it, that's like the worst luck.
Yeah, unless you're very Catholic.
Yeah, and then you get to be with your pets.
Yeah.
So what about your bad?
Okay, page 1. It says so I'll just read from the first page. Basically, it says here is the tale that is scary. It says, before my brother and I found the strange little creature under the sink, we were a normal, happy family. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Bad writing. The sad, frightened story begins on the day we moved. And then it goes right. There's not even a space between the lines. It just says, here we are, kids. Dad honked the horn. It sets up a narrative. You didn't need those 4 sentences before starting it. Just start it. Here we are, kids. What are we doing? Thrust us into the fucking situation. I also wrote page 1. RL only knows about Cocker Spaniels. Page 11. It says, sponges don't breathe. Do they? This one sure did! Exclamation point. Sucks. Is bad. Page 31. The last sentence. I was about to be crushed into cat litter. Her name is Cat. Yeah, it's bad. Page 45. She asks a bunch of questions, and then it says, so many frightening questions. ... So the 4 dots, as well as a redundant sentence. Hated it.
There's something in those sentences, like in that section. I hate when she says, what will happen to my little dog?
That sucks.
No kid talks like that.
Right. And
but in good, I forgot. In the no little girls talk like that, they said rapt attention.
Oh, really?
Like RAPT.
Yeah.
I think that was a really good vocabulary word. It's good when he throws those in. So
that's great.
Hats off to you, RLS. That's awesome.
I didn't even notice it. I should have written that down too, because that's notable.
It is good.
And then just what I said before, page 90, it's why do a bunch of big bullies play catch with a sponge or show interest in it at all.
Well, they're high schoolers and they suck.
Yeah, it just seems very weird. So that's it. What do you got?
On page 1, it says, my real name is Katerina Merton. Which was kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Every dog in the RLS universe is a Cocker Spaniel, as you said. This is the shittiest encyclopedia ever. The encyclopedia that they check first, where it just says, what did the encyclopedia say? Daniel asked, eagerly plopping down on my bed. He held the sponge between his hands. It said that sponges do not have eyes, I replied.
Oh, Daniel. So simple.
Yeah, but imagine an encyclopedia where it's like, sponges do not have eyes, they do not have legs, they do not like rock music, they do not wear glasses, they do not like...
Yeah, they come in packs of 2. They're called scrub daddies.
Chapter 7, I usually have a theme for my parties. Last year's theme was make your own pizza, and it was awesome. My friends talked about it for weeks. What kind of theme is make your own pizza? Isn't like a theme like cowboys?
That's true. Yeah, that's not a theme, but it's an activity. But when at your 11th birthday,
actually, there was a place called Botchagaloops where you would go and everybody would make their own pizza.
I remember seeing that. Lauren and I would talk about it.
Botchagaloops, and they had funny commercials.
Yeah, the name is insane. That's why we would talk about it.
Actually, okay, so that was a popular birthday. I take it back, RLS. He just was, he had his pulse, his finger on the pulse of the times.
Well, that's like one of the most fastest growing franchises of the past decade is Blaze Pizza, and that's basically what you do there.
Yeah. You blaze at 420. What up?
Yeah, nice 69.
All right. And I said the other one's the cat litter thing that you said and what hell happened to my little dog. And that's it.
Great. What's your
top
scare?
You want to go?
Sure.
Keep in our order.
Page 37, when they read the spooky encyclopedia and they find out what it is. I thought that was kind of scary. It did remind me of It Follows because it's very definite. It's very like, you are fucked. This is yours now. It's a sure thing that you're going to die. Good luck figuring this out. With no information with which to deal with it is scary. That's the best I got, because otherwise they're just holding a sponge for 112 pages.
I wrote the same one.
Great.
Literally the same thing. I wrote that the threat of death in the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
That's very on the nose for an RLS book.
Yeah.
Where it's just being, you're stuck.
Yeah.
The way out is you fucking die.
It sucks, yeah, because you're like, okay, like the reason you do the research is to try to find an answer that will save you or help you or whatever. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, well, it just confirms that everything's bad.
It's a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's bad.
Yes,
best
is.
dressed.
I'm going to go with Kat.
Her purple outfit.
Well, I'm going to go on page 70 where she puts on a Save the Earth sweatshirt and purple flower leggings.
Very cool. She likes purple.
Because with environmental change happening and just the issues with our Earth, it's good that this little girl would make herself a billboard for change.
That's right. Yesterday, 65 degrees in Antarctica. Hottest day on record in Antarctica. Isn't that
Sweet.
fucked up?
They should have went to the beach.
What's that?
It's a good day. Wear a light jacket.
Yeah. Wear your windbreaker to Antarctica. And then, polar bears on little pieces of ice and whatnot.
Yeah, barbecue some dead everything that lives there.
Yep. Cool. I would say the sponge. Page 11, again, is when you see its little breaths, which are at first very cute. And then it pokes out its little black eyes, and it's like, boo! And I like that.
Very cute.
Alternate title?
It from beneath the sink.
Perfect. Love it.
No one's going to know what I actually said, but...
Yeah, they'll know. I mean, at this point...
Because normally it's from beneath the sink.
Yes, which I will bleep that as well.
Yeah, which will sound exactly like it...
Yes.
From beneath the sink.
I'll leave like the D at the end of that so they know.
There's Z's in it too, just if you're wondering.
Here, I'm not going to say it. This is where in post, I'm going to insert a clip of Elaine Bennis saying Spongeworthy from Seinfeld.
Do you think you're sponge-worthy?
Okay.
And that brings us to the end. Are we going to kill someone's asshole today? Or
I want to play this because I started watching the episode. And Daniel, at one point, the sponge scares Kat, and she drops a glass when she's washing her face in the bathroom. Daniel walks in, steps on it, and I'm pretty positive the kid goes, fuck!
Whoa!
So listen.
Yeah, what else is that?
He just goes, oh, fuck! Which I thought was awesome. I stopped watching at that point.
Wait, why is she holding glass while washing her face?
Well, she was washing her face, and she was reaching for the towel, and the sponge was there, and she hit like the glass that had her toothbrushes in it onto the floor.
Okay. So they took a little liberty there.
Yeah. Let's kill someone.
Okay.
So this is one I think we described a couple days ago. It's pretty good, and I'm super excited. It's called The Cutest Stine Heads, 5 stars. I found this pod by chance and have since devoured every episode, much like the monster in Camp Jelly Jam. The guys are hilarious, and you can tell they have a genuine love for the topic. They throw little tidbits of the time the book came out, which is always super fun, and the intro song is honestly catchier than it should be. Way to go, Matt.
Wow.
Super recommend this for anyone who was, as a kid, or still is, into Goosebumps. And that is Electro Cute 13.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, cool.
I love that. Super nice. So Electro Cute, thank you for the 5 stars, and let's fucking kill her.
Yeah, cool.
Or him.
Yeah, we don't know.
They're Electro Cute, though.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find them.
Do you want to take it, or you want me to take it, or what?
You always lead it off super hard, so...
Well...
wait, I found Electro Cute 13.
Like their social media, or what?
Yeah, Dahmer Noms. Witty, self-explanatory strings of words. I think this is her. Seems to track.
A young lady?
I can't find a name, but it looks like it's a young lady.
Okay, listen up.
With a cute pup. A lot of cute
lady
pups.
With your cute dog. Let me mansplain a death to you. First of all, here's what happens is that you go to your YMCA because you love it. Because, village people and whatnot. And you show up at the YMCA, and you're like, where's the swimming pool? That's why I pay $45 a month, is for the swimming pool. I can see men in jeans clanging and banging free weights anywhere I go. YMCA always has, like, jean freaks there. You want the swimming pool. It's a great cardio workout, full body workout. And you want to get into that swimming pool, baby. And... the swimming pool is quite nice, quite clean. You know, public bodies of water, sometimes gross. You can get Coxsackie virus. That's a thing.
That's called foot and mouth disease.
Yeah, gross, terrible.
That's what they call it. Those are 2 things. If there's somebody else that parts of their body needed to touch me, their feet and mouth.
Yeah,
if there was a foot, mouth, and genital disease, I would be steer clear.
Yeah. Whenever I go for a massage, I ask for no hands, just feet and mouth. So you're swimming in that pool, you're doing some lappies, and here's the thing: who shows up? Well, it's 1997 heavyweight champion Kevin Hart, and he walks into the public pool. He's a staggering, almost 7 feet tall, and he plugs in an iron. And you're like, what on earth? Why is Kevin Hart gonna fucking do his like laundry duties here at the swimming pool at the YMCA? And he's whistling, which is always conspicuous.
Always.
And finally you're doing your breaststroke. Everything's going great. Kevin Hart
is the small comedian who is friends with The Rock.
Who am I thinking of? Bret Hart?
The wrestling guy?
Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash.
I'm thinking
Diesel.
of Kevin Nash.
Too late. It has to be Kevin Hart,
All
the comedian
right.
now.
Kevin Hart, problematic comedian with anti-gay tweets from 2013 or whatever. Canceled former non-Grammys host. Not much to offer, let's be honest. Kevin Hart.
He's friends with The Rock. That's probably his greatest
I guess,
accomplishment.
but more like Kevin Fart.
Hot takes.
Got him
Hashtag hot
on
takes.
blast. Canceled. Kevin Fart drops the iron, Dave, into the swimming pool. And guess what? You get electrocuted.
Damn, that sucks.
That's right. Electrocute 13. Sorry, you died. Not 13 lives, 1 life. You got baked.
I get it. Electrocute.
That's
I get
right.
it.
Yep. You're roasted. Sorry. At least you died doing what you loved. Swimming at the county YMCA.
But you
Dave?
look cute doing it.
That's right.
Which is getting electrocuted.
Yes. Also, you... No, I was going to...
By the way.
I was going to dive into... Because it has anything with the word cute or somewhat cute in there, I'm going to say you toured and died with the band Death Cab for Cutie. But I already did that, so... What do you got, Dave?
So, if you are this person I found on Instagram, which I've been quite the little detective today.
Dave, you are a regular sleuth. You're a gumshoe.
Yeah, we found so much about Kelly Siring.
Yeah.
Kelly, if you're listening, I know you live in Bloomfield.
Don't call the police.
Yeah, you own your house. I know that because it is public record.
That's
and
right.
I am even uncomfortable that I know that.
Hey,
And
congratulations
I will
on
not
the house.
be showing up to your house.
No.
Congratulations on the house. Congratulations on the marriage.
It's great.
He's a lucky guy. But this is not about you. This is about Electrocute, who I looked up on Instagram. And Electrocute, I see you love pups, but what do you love more? Going to metal shows.
Nice.
So you Googled top metal shows, and local in the area, you see that the biggest metal show ever is going to happen. You show up to it. Oh, dang. You should have kept Reading. It's MetalCon, where everybody brings different iron ores and metals. And you're like, you know what? I bought my badge for MetalCon. I should probably at least go around. Maybe I'll learn something about zinc. So you walk around. You get to go and, do all the regular cool stuff. You walk in. You see some bismuths. And you're like, pretty neat. You walk around and see what stainless steel is doing in the new age. And that's when you see somebody. It's James Dio.
Who's that?
You don't know who Dio is?
No.
Whoa. There's a cat.
Dave's
on my
cat
shoulder.
appeared.
On my shoulder. Well, let's say, maybe we won't go with Dio. We'll go with, no, we'll keep it. It's Ronnie James Dio.
Okay.
Well known for his time in Black Sabbath and his own stuff. And he just talks about, he finds you and he's just like, you like metal? I like metal. I come here every year and it inspires me to write real good rock and roll metal songs. So you're like, yeah, I guess metal is neat, but I prefer the music. And he's like, no, you really got to get to the heavy shit. Heavy metal. So he brings you back and they're like, hello, Ronnie James Dio. The usual. And you're like, yeah, sounds good. So they put out little plates with tiny squares of metal. And he takes out a fork and knife. And you are going to sample metals with Ronnie James Dio. So first, they have cadmium. And you're like,
Heard of it.
different kind of tastes. Then some manganese.
Okay.
And you're like, ugh, it's a rough one. And he's like, it's an acquired taste. And then some radium,
Okay.
some lead. Mm-hmm. And hold on, the Wikipedia article.
List of heavy metals.
And mercury.
Uh-huh.
So at that point, you both leave and they say, okay, here they are. System of a Down takes the stage.
Wow.
Right after some science nerd is up there talking about, I don't know, another sort of iron ore. And they start playing the one song directly to you and Ronnie James Dio. Toxicity.
Wow.
You know why? Because you've just consumed the metals with the highest toxicity.
Oh my God.
And you were slowly dying.
Wow.
You blur your eyes. You're like, oh, what's happening? And you look up into Ronnie James Dio's eyes.
Mm.
And he says, you're no longer for this world. I thought you were a real metal fan. And by that, I meant a metal fan who eats metal, not one who likes the music, like me. And then, as you slowly fade away, he sings, Holy Diver! And you're dead.
Wow.
Yeah, and you died.
Doing what you love again.
Yeah, metal.
Eating metal.
Yeah, that was a bad one. I'm sorry, Electrocute. You had a really, really good thing, and I appreciate.
I thought it was great.
I appreciate you guys so much for all these 5-star comments. The next one we will not be killing because I wrote it because we were at a 4.5, which it's shameful, yeah, but I fucking did it, and I'm gonna own up to it.
At least you admit it, Dave.
It ends with "Way to go, strangers who I don't know."
Yeah. See, I was convinced.
But the dude 313, 5 stars. We're coming for you.
I know the identity of the dude 313.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you want to? We'll unveil it when we kill them.
Okay, that sounds good.
So we've hit the hour and 20-minute mark. Regardless, we have to cut a lot out because we were doing peeps. And
that's
getting
right.
beers.
Number 1, Dave.
I see producer Chib in the back.
Yep, there
Wave
she
to
is.
Her.
There it is.
She saw it. All right, so you guys enjoy your Sunday. Do you have anything nice planned other than Lord of Rings?
I'll probably put on the Oscars. I'll watch Joker win 11 awards for nothing. And,
Best bones.
Best bones.
The Joker.
Yeah.
Best bones acting.
Best backbones. Best libertarian inspiration. Best, I don't know, fucking...
Little person.
Best
actor.
Yeah. Best ha-ha-ha tattoo on one's wrist.
He doesn't have that in that movie.
No, I know.
Does he?
But
he's not the other one.
Yeah. They're all the same.
We should go see... We should see Sonic.
Oh, my God. That's what I told Borat Voice, my wife. I said, we have to go see Sonic.
On Valentine's Day?
That's right. It's so romantic. I love Ben Schwartz.
You should go there. But you got to go fast because the tickets will sell.
That's right.
You get it?
Yeah. I won't be seeing it. I'm sure it'll be dog shit.
Got to go fast.
Gotta go
All right.
fast to the toilet.
So find us on Instagram.
Yes. Calling All Creeps Pod.
Where we put up posts of fun things, including stories. I'll post TV Daniel yelling fuck.
That's right.
And other things.
Yep.
Give us our comments and our reviews. We do have a guest for next week.
Yeah.
For our milestone episode.
Halfway.
Living on a prayer.
Wow.
Do you have
Okay.
anything else to say?
Do I have anything else to say?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
All right, good. We're done. Okay. All right, bye, nerds.
Bye, losers. We'll see you later.
Boo dudes. See ya.